Talk, Communicate Like a Gentleman, written by Ethan Hope, published by Wisdom Audiobooks. Introduction. In a world where LOL often replaces genuine laughter, how can we reclaim the art of conversation? It's a curious predicament that many of us find ourselves in. Whether in our bustling workplaces, among friends and loved ones, or even in casual social settings, the quality of our interaction seems to have taken a hit. We send texts instead of talking, throw out emojis instead of expressing real feelings, and opt for brief exchanges over meaningful dialogues. This book aims to address these very challenges. Communication is the bedrock of our lives, both personally and professionally. It's the invisible thread that connects us to others, making it essential for networking, career advancement, and nurturing personal relationships. Imagine walking into a room where conversations flow effortlessly, and each word fosters not just understanding, but respect. A powerful reminder that communication can indeed change our relationships. Effective communication is not just about talking, it's about connecting and understanding. Without these elements, our words are hollow, devoid of any real significance. Let's consider what it means to communicate like a gentleman, a concept that may seem antiquated, but is more relevant today than ever. A true gentleman speaks with not just words, but with intention, crafting every sentence to reflect not only his thoughts, but his respect for the listener. Respect, dignity, empathy. These are not just traits of a bygone era. They are timeless qualities that can transform our interactions. Communicating like a gentleman means listening as much as speaking, valuing the other person's perspective, and engaging in dialogues that uplift and enlighten both parties. Throughout this book, you will uncover the nuanced skills required to master conversations, transforming your interactions from mundane exchanges to powerful connections filled with meaning. You will learn practical strategies that emphasize respectful dialogue, making you more effective in networking and collaborating with colleagues. For those seeking to enhance their careers, these skills are invaluable. Being able to communicate clearly and effectively can set you apart in any professional setting, opening doors to new opportunities and career advancements. For individuals looking to deepen personal relationships, this book offers valuable insights into the art of conversation. You will discover how to express yourself more thoughtfully and listen with greater empathy, strengthening your bonds with those you care about. These skills are crucial not just for romantic relationships, but also for friendships and family dynamics. In a world where misunderstandings often lead to conflict, learning to communicate effectively can help you navigate challenges and build stronger, more resilient relationships. Lifelong learners interested in personal development will appreciate the blend of classic etiquette and modern psychological principles that this book offers. Evolving your communication style for a more dignified social presence is not just about learning new techniques. It's about embracing a mindset that values respect and understanding. This approach will help you interact more gracefully in various social settings. Whether you're attending a business meeting, a social gathering, or even a casual conversation with strangers. The journey to mastering the art of communication is not a solitary one. As you delve into the chapters ahead, you will find exercises, real-life examples, and actionable tips designed to help you practice and refine your skills. From understanding the importance of body language to mastering the nuances of verbal and nonverbal cues, each section of this book is crafted to provide you with comprehensive knowledge and practical tools. We will explore the foundations of respectful dialogue, starting with the basics of active listening. You'll learn how to truly hear what others are saying, picking up on subtle cues and hidden meanings. This skill alone can drastically improve your interactions, allowing you to respond more thoughtfully and empathetically. Next, we'll dive into the art of asking the right questions, questions that encourage deeper discussions and reveal the true essence of the conversation. Building on these fundamentals, we will discuss the role of emotional intelligence in effective communication. Understanding your own emotions and those of others can help you navigate conversations with greater ease and sensitivity. This chapter will provide you with techniques to manage and convey your emotions constructively, ensuring that your interactions remain positive and productive. Further along, you'll discover strategies for handling difficult conversations with grace and poise. Whether dealing with conflicts at work, disagreements with loved ones, or challenging social situations, you'll gain confidence in your ability to handle these moments with dignity and respect. By applying the principles of gentlemanly communication, you'll be better equipped to resolve disputes and find common ground. As the book progresses, we will explore the impact of digital communication on our interactions. While technology has made it easier to stay connected, it has also introduced new challenges. We'll examine the etiquette of online conversations, exploring ways to maintain respect and clarity in emails, text messages, and social media interactions. By mastering digital communication, you'll ensure that your online presence reflects the same values and principles as your face-to-face interactions. Finally, we will bring everything together with a chapter on continuous improvement. Communication is an evolving skill, and there is always room for growth. You'll learn how to seek feedback, self-reflect, and adapt your communication style over time. The goal is to cultivate a lifelong habit of mindful and intentional communication, allowing you to continuously enhance your interactions and relationships. This book is more than just a guide. It's an invitation to transform the way you communicate. By adopting the principles of gentlemanly communication, you'll not only improve your own skills, but also contribute to a culture of respect and understanding in your personal and professional life. So let's embark on this journey together and rediscover the power and beauty of meaningful conversation. Chapter 1: The Art of Speaking with Grace. Speaking with grace involves more than just choosing the right words. It requires an understanding of how thoughtful pauses can enhance communication. By integrating pauses into our conversations, we not only allow ourselves to reflect, but also give others time to process and engage with what is being said. This practice is especially important in a fast-paced world, where words often spill out without much thought. The strategic use of pauses can lead to clearer and more impactful exchanges, ensuring that messages are not only heard, but understood. In this chapter, we will delve into various aspects of using pauses effectively in communication. Readers will learn how creating space for reflection during conversations helps to foster more meaningful and deliberate responses. Additionally, the chapter covers techniques for pacing dialogues and controlling the rhythm of speech to prevent information overload. We explore how well-timed pauses can elicit valuable responses from listeners and turn monologues into interactive dialogues. Finally, we address the issue of filler words and how embracing silence instead can lead to more confident and professional communication. The power of thoughtful pauses. Thoughtful pauses during conversations can transform the way we communicate by enhancing clarity and impact. In our fast-paced world, where words often tumble out without a second thought, taking deliberate pauses can offer profound benefits. This chapter explores how pausing thoughtfully can elevate our communication, making it more effective and meaningful. Creating space for reflection is one of the most vital aspects of thoughtful pauses. When we introduce pauses into our conversations, we provide ourselves and our listeners with a moment to process the information being exchanged. This breathing room ensures that responses are measured and deliberate, rather than hasty and reactive. For instance, in professional settings, pausing after presenting a complex idea gives colleagues time to absorb the concept, leading to more informed discussions. Similarly, in personal relationships, a thoughtful pause before responding can prevent misunderstandings and arguments, fostering deeper connections. Moreover, pacing the conversation through strategic pauses helps control the rhythm of dialogue. Consciously deciding when to pause allows speakers to modulate the flow of information, preventing an overwhelming rush of words. Imagine you're presenting at a conference. If you speak too quickly, your audience might struggle to keep up, missing crucial points. However, by incorporating pauses, you can highlight key ideas, making your presentation more digestible and impactful. As noted, pauses are crucial because they enhance clarity, draw attention to important messages, and demonstrate control over your speech. Furthermore, pauses play a significant role in eliciting responses from listeners. A well-timed pause can serve as a cue for others to share their thoughts, turning a monologue into a dialogue. This collaborative approach enriches conversations, making them more engaging and productive. In a team meeting, for example, a manager who pauses after outlining a new project plan invites team members to voice their opinions and suggestions. This not only encourages participation, but also makes everyone feel valued and heard. Research highlights that pauses help connect with audiences, clarify messages, and add emphasis to key points. Avoiding filler words is another notable advantage of embracing pauses. Many people use filler words like or like to fill gaps in their speech, which can detract from their message and make them appear less confident. By learning to embrace silence instead, speakers can present themselves in a more polished and professional manner. During a job interview, pausing instead of resorting to fillers can convey confidence and thoughtfulness, making a stronger impression on potential employers. Guidelines for integrating these practices are essential for mastering the art of pausing thoughtfully. First, practice creating space for reflection by consciously adding pauses after delivering significant information. This could be as simple as counting to 3 silently before continuing. Such pauses give listeners the necessary time to process what has been said. For example, when discussing project updates with your team, pause briefly after each major point to ensure everyone is on the same page. Second, pace your conversation by being mindful of your speech's tempo. Avoid speaking too rapidly, and introduce pauses at natural conversational breaks. Practicing this technique during rehearsals can be particularly beneficial. If you're preparing for a public speaking event, record yourself and listen to the playback, noting where you can add pauses for better pacing. Third, use pauses to elicit responses by strategically placing them after questions or thought-provoking statements. This invites engagement and shows that you value others' input. In meetings, instead of immediately continuing after posing a question, pause and make eye contact with your audience, signaling that you expect and welcome their contributions. Finally, work on avoiding filler words by replacing them with purposeful pauses. Practice speaking slowly and deliberately, allowing yourself to pause whenever you feel the urge to use a filler word. Over time, this will become a natural part of your speech pattern, enhancing your overall communication style. Choosing words with precision. Selecting words carefully is critical in graceful communication, as the right choice of words can convey thoughts clearly and effectively. Words not only communicate ideas, but also emotions, intentions, and nuances that define the nature of interaction, making it essential to choose them wisely. Clarity over complexity is fundamental when aiming for effective communication. Simple, clear language resonates more and is easier to understand than complex terminology. This approach ensures that the message reaches a broader audience and is easily comprehended. For instance, using the term use instead of utilize makes the statement direct and accessible. Clear language eliminates ambiguity and reduces the risk of misinterpretation, fostering understanding among diverse audiences. In professional settings, where time is of the essence, straightforward communication can streamline processes and enhance efficiency. Impactful vocabulary plays a significant role in leaving a memorable impression. The precision of words can elevate the emotional and intellectual weight of a statement. For example, saying, "I am thrilled," rather than "I am happy," intensifies the expression of excitement, making the sentiment more impactful. Word choice can evoke specific emotions and responses from the audience, contributing to persuasive and compelling communication. An enriched vocabulary allows speakers to articulate their thoughts with depth and nuance, engaging listeners on multiple levels. Aligning words with intent is crucial to avoid miscommunication and misunderstandings. The words chosen should convey the speaker's true intentions accurately. If the intent is to provide constructive feedback, phrases like, "you might consider," or "one way to improve could be," are more effective than blunt statements like, "this is wrong." By aligning words with intent, speakers can maintain the integrity of their message while being respectful and considerate. This alignment fosters trust and openness in conversations, whether in personal relationships or professional environments. Practice and preparation are key elements in mastering word selection. Preparing for conversations by selecting words in advance can significantly enhance confidence and effectiveness. When crafting important messages, such as presentations or discussions about sensitive topics, pre-selecting words ensures a well-structured and coherent exchange. Practice, on the other hand, involves continuously refining one's ability to choose the right words in real-time interactions. Rehearsing speeches, writing regularly, and engaging in thoughtful dialogues are practical ways to develop this skill. Over time, these practices can lead to more natural and spontaneous use of effective vocabulary. In summary, selecting words carefully is an art that combines clarity, impactful vocabulary, alignment with intent, and diligent practice. Embracing simplicity in language makes the message accessible, while precise vocabulary adds depth and emotion to communication. Ensuring that words align with the intended meaning mitigates the risk of misunderstandings, fostering trustworthy and effective exchanges. Lastly, regular practice and preparation build confidence and polish one's ability to communicate gracefully in various contexts. Through mindful word selection, individuals can transform their conversations into meaningful and respectful exchanges, enhancing their personal and professional interactions. Improving word choice is a continuous journey. Awareness and practice are the foundational steps toward better communication. Taking the time to pause and reflect on word choice can significantly improve the quality of one's expressions. For instance, instead of hastily choosing words, considering alternatives can lead to a more precise and impactful statement. Using resources like a thesaurus can expand one's vocabulary, providing a broader selection of words to express different shades of meaning. In addition, studying how different words influence the tone, emotion, and nuance of a message can deepen one's understanding of language. Words have the power to change the direction and reception of a message. For example, the difference between saying "I regret" versus "I apologize" can alter the perceived sincerity and intent behind the statement. Being mindful of these subtleties helps in crafting messages that resonate more effectively with the audience. Engaging in activities that train the brain to think critically about word choice can also be beneficial. Reading diverse literature exposes individuals to various styles and vocabularies, enhancing their linguistic repertoire. Writing exercises, such as journaling or creative writing, encourage experimentation with language, leading to greater comfort and proficiency in word selection. Moreover, understanding the audience is a pivotal aspect of effective communication. Different groups may respond differently to particular words based on their backgrounds, experiences, and expectations. Adapting word choice to suit the audience's preferences and sensitivities can make the message more relatable and impactful. For example, professional jargon might be appropriate in a seminar, but confusing in a casual conversation. Tailoring language to fit the context and audience ensures that the message is received as intended. In this chapter, we have delved into the essential elements of thoughtful pauses in communication. We explored how creating space for reflection can lead to more measured and deliberate responses, enhancing both professional and personal conversations. The strategic use of pauses helps control the rhythm of dialogue, making it easier for audiences to absorb key points without feeling overwhelmed. Additionally, well-timed pauses invite engagement from listeners, fostering a collaborative environment where everyone feels valued. We also discussed the importance of avoiding filler words by embracing silence, leading to a more polished and confident presentation. Practical guidelines, such as practicing conscious pauses and pacing the tempo of speech, were provided to help integrate these techniques into everyday communication. By mastering the art of thoughtful pauses, individuals can transform their interactions into meaningful exchanges. Whether they are young professionals aiming for career advancement, people seeking deeper personal connections, or lifelong learners striving for personal development. Chapter 2. Active Listening. The Gentleman's Approach. Active listening is a valuable skill that transcends both personal and professional realms, fostering deeper, more meaningful connections. It involves truly hearing what another person is saying beyond just the words they use, taking into account their emotions and perspectives. Engaging in active listening requires commitment and awareness, enabling one to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. By refining this practice, individuals can enhance their interactions, creating an environment of trust and understanding. In this chapter, we will explore various elements that contribute to mastering active listening. We begin by delving into the significance of nonverbal cues, such as eye contact, facial expressions, posture, and gestures. These silent signals play a crucial role in demonstrating attentiveness and respect. The discussion will then move on to techniques for validating the speaker's perspective, including acknowledging emotions, paraphrasing, and asking clarifying questions. Practical strategies will be provided, illustrating how these methods can be applied in both personal and professional settings to foster more effective communication and stronger relationships. The role of nonverbal cues. In the realm of active listening, nonverbal communication plays an indispensable role in enhancing mutual understanding and connection between speakers. This subpoint aims to shed light on the various elements of nonverbal cues that augment active listening, making interactions more meaningful and impactful. One of the most significant aspects of nonverbal communication is eye contact. Maintaining appropriate eye contact indicates attentiveness and respect towards the speaker. When listeners make eye contact, they signal that they are engaged and interested in the conversation. This not only helps to build trust, but also encourages the speaker to be more open. It's important, however, to balance eye contact. Too much can be perceived as intimidating, while too little might suggest disinterest or distraction. Adjusting the frequency and duration of eye contact based on the comfort level of both parties ensures a conducive environment for open dialogue. Expressive facial cues are another vital component of nonverbal communication that supports active listening. Simple gestures like smiling or nodding affirm engagement and convey a supportive atmosphere. For instance, a warm smile can reassure the speaker that their message is being well received and understood. Similarly, periodic nodding can provide continuous feedback without interrupting the flow of conversation. These subtle signals encourage the speaker to continue sharing their thoughts and feelings, thereby fostering a deeper connection. However, it is essential to ensure that these expressions are genuine and aligned with the context of the conversation to avoid misinterpretation. The posture and body orientation of the listener also communicate a great deal about their receptiveness and interest. Leaning slightly towards the speaker indicates a willingness to engage and shows that the listener values what is being said. An inviting posture, such as uncrossed arms and relaxed shoulders, further reinforces this sense of openness and attentiveness. On the contrary, leaning back or adopting a closed posture might unintentionally suggest detachment or defensiveness. Therefore, being mindful of one's posture helps in creating a positive and inclusive interaction space. Gestures, when used appropriately, can significantly enhance clarity and connection during conversations. Small hand movements, for example, can emphasize certain points and make explanations more vivid. However, it's crucial to use gestures moderately to avoid overwhelming the speaker or appearing overly animated. Additionally, being aware of cultural differences in gestural communication is essential, as certain gestures may have varying interpretations across cultures. Sensitivity to these nuances ensures that the intended message is communicated effectively without causing unintended offense or confusion. To sum up, integrating effective nonverbal communication techniques into active listening practices can transform ordinary conversations into profound exchanges. Eye contact, expressive facial cues, attentive posture, and appropriate gestures collectively contribute to a richer, more empathetic dialogue. These elements not only show respect and attention towards the speaker, but also create a trusting and encouraging environment. By mastering these nonverbal cues, individuals can enhance their personal and professional relationships, paving the way for more meaningful and respectful interactions. Using eye contact effectively involves understanding its dual purpose, demonstrating attentiveness and fostering trust. Research suggests that people who maintain steady eye contact are often perceived as more credible and competent. This perception is especially beneficial in professional settings, where trust forms the foundation of successful collaborations. Conversely, in personal relationships, genuine eye contact underscores emotional presence, signaling that the listener values the speaker's words and emotions. It's a nonverbal way of saying, "I am here with you," which can profoundly impact the depth and quality of the conversation. Facial expressions serve as real-time feedback loops during conversations. A listener's smile can act as an icebreaker, reducing any tension and making the speaker feel more comfortable. Nodding, another powerful facial cue, conveys agreement and understanding. It's akin to giving verbal affirmations, but done silently. These facial cues play a pivotal role, especially in emotionally charged conversations where the speaker seeks validation and empathy. Being keenly aware of and responsive to the speaker's emotional state through facial expressions ensures a more compassionate and engaging dialogue. Posture and body orientation are physical manifestations of our mental state. An open and forward-leaning posture suggests eagerness and concern, translating to the speaker as a genuine interest in their narrative. This form of nonverbal communication is particularly useful in situations where words might fall short, such as during discussions involving complex emotions or sensitive topics. By physically showing engagement, listeners can bridge gaps that verbal communication alone might struggle to overcome. While gestures complement spoken words, their effectiveness hinges on moderation and appropriateness. Overuse or exaggerated gestures can distract or even confuse the speaker, detracting from the conversation's core message. Instead, using deliberate and culturally sensitive gestures can underscore key points, aiding in clearer communication. For instance, a simple open hand gesture can symbolize honesty and transparency, reinforcing the spoken words without overwhelming the listener. Validating the speaker's perspective. Understanding the importance of validating a speaker's feelings and perspectives is crucial for establishing openness and trust in conversations. Validation serves as the cornerstone of active listening, supporting both personal and professional relationships. By recognizing and affirming another person's emotions, we create an environment where individuals feel safe to share their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment. Acknowledging emotions. Simple acknowledgments play a significant role in fostering a supportive atmosphere. When someone shares their emotions, acknowledging their feelings can make them feel seen and understood. For instance, if a colleague expresses frustration over a challenging project, responding with, "I can see this situation is really frustrating for you," recognizes their emotional state. This kind of acknowledgement helps the speaker feel validated, which can be pivotal in building a sense of safety in sharing vulnerabilities. A practical guideline for acknowledging emotions is to focus on the emotions being conveyed, rather than quickly offering solutions or changing the subject. Statements like, "It sounds like you're really upset about this," or "I understand why you would feel that way," not only show empathy, but also encourage further sharing. Rephrasing and summarizing. Paraphrasing and summarizing are effective techniques to show active engagement and ensure accurate understanding. These methods involve repeating back what the speaker has said, using slightly different words. For example, if a friend says they are overwhelmed with their workload, you might rephrase it as, "So you're feeling overwhelmed because you have a lot on your plate right now." This technique confirms that you are listening attentively and helps clarify any misunderstandings. When paraphrasing, it's essential to capture the essence of what the speaker is saying without distorting their message. Summarizing longer conversations at key points can also be beneficial. It provides a moment to reflect and ensures that both parties are on the same page. For example, summarizing a discussion by saying, "To make sure I understand, you're feeling stressed because of the upcoming deadlines and the amount of work you need to complete," can affirm your engagement and accuracy in understanding their concerns. Asking clarifying questions. Asking clarifying questions is a powerful way to signal genuine interest and respect. It allows the speaker to delve deeper into their thoughts and feelings, enriching the conversation. Questions like, "Can you tell me more about what made you feel this way?" Or, "What part of this situation is most challenging for you?" Invite the speaker to explore their emotions more thoroughly. By asking clarifying questions, you demonstrate that you value the speaker's perspective and are invested in understanding their experience fully. This practice not only enriches the dialogue, but also fosters a deeper connection between the participants. It's important to ask open-ended questions that encourage detailed responses, rather than yes or no answers. This approach helps in uncovering underlying issues and promotes a more meaningful exchange of ideas. Offering support and encouragement. Providing affirmations such as, "That makes sense," or "I can see why you'd feel that way," encourages the speaker to elaborate further. Such statements validate the speaker's experience and promote a sense of acceptance and support. Affirmations act as verbal nods that convey understanding and empathy, making the speaker feel heard and valued. Encouraging the speaker to share more details or expand on their thoughts can lead to stronger connections and deeper discussions. For instance, saying, "I appreciate you sharing this with me. I'm here to listen," can motivate the speaker to open up more fully. Providing consistent encouragement and support reassures the speaker that their feelings matter and contributes to a more trusting relationship. Practical application. Implementing these strategies in daily interactions can vastly improve communication and relationship building. For young professionals, mastering these techniques can enhance networking and collaboration with colleagues. In personal relationships, these skills help in expressing oneself more thoughtfully and listening with greater empathy. Lifelong learners seeking personal development will find that blending classic etiquette with modern psychological principles assists in evolving their communication style for a more dignified social presence. Consider a scenario where a team member is struggling with a project deadline. Instead of immediately offering solutions, start by acknowledging their emotions. "I can see how this deadline is causing you stress." Follow up by paraphrasing their concerns. "So you're concerned about meeting the project goals on time." Ask clarifying questions to dig deeper. "What specific parts of the project are most challenging for you right now?" Finally, offer support and encouragement. "That makes sense. I'm here to help however I can." This approach not only validates their feelings, but also creates a collaborative environment where open communication thrives. Mastering active listening and recognizing nonverbal cues can significantly enhance our personal and professional connections. Throughout this chapter, we explored how eye contact, expressive facial cues, attentive posture, and mindful gestures enrich conversations. These nonverbal elements convey attentiveness and empathy, creating a supportive atmosphere where speakers feel valued and understood. By integrating these techniques, young professionals can build trust and credibility in their careers, while individuals in personal relationships can foster deeper emotional bonds. In addition to improving immediate interactions, the skills discussed lay the groundwork for more respectful and meaningful exchanges over time. Validation of emotions, paraphrasing, summarizing, and asking clarifying questions further support the development of active listening. These methods ensure that the speaker feels heard and appreciated, encouraging open dialogue and mutual respect. Implementing such strategies in daily conversations not only strengthens personal connections, but also contributes to a more collaborative and empathetic environment in both professional and social settings. Chapter 3. Navigating Difficult Conversations. Navigating difficult conversations is an essential skill in both personal and professional life. Whether dealing with disagreements at work or addressing conflicts with loved ones, the ability to manage these interactions with grace can significantly impact relationships and outcomes. This chapter delves into the practical techniques that help maintain composure during challenging discussions, guiding readers through methods of staying calm and collected, even when emotions run high. The chapter explores various strategies to enhance communication during difficult conversations. Readers will learn about recognizing emotional triggers and implementing breathing techniques to keep stress levels in check. It also highlights the importance of mental rehearsal and focusing on desired outcomes to steer conversations positively. The discussion extends to effective active listening practices and establishing common ground, which can transform adversarial dialogues into collaborative exchanges. By mastering these approaches, individuals can turn potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding, enriching their communication skills and fostering healthier relationships. Maintaining composure under pressure. Staying calm during difficult conversations is critical for maintaining productive and effective communication. The ability to manage one's emotions and reactions effectively can be learned and refined with practical techniques. These techniques not only help in navigating through challenging discussions, but also enable individuals to maintain composure, which is essential for transforming conflicts into opportunities for growth. First, understanding emotional triggers is fundamental in managing reactions during conversations. Emotional triggers are specific events or statements that provoke strong emotional responses. Recognizing what these triggers are can help you anticipate and prepare for your emotional responses in a conversation. For instance, if criticism from a colleague typically makes you defensive, being aware of this can prompt you to take a moment before reacting defensively. Breathing techniques are another effective method for managing stress and staying calm. When conversations become heated, our bodies often react with increased heart rates and shallow breathing, which exacerbates feelings of anxiety or anger. By practicing deep, controlled breathing, you can reduce these physical symptoms, helping to calm the mind. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat this several times to help center yourself. Mental rehearsal is a valuable strategy in preparing for difficult conversations. This involves visualizing the conversation beforehand, imagining how it might unfold, and considering potential challenges and your responses to them. By mentally rehearsing, you can build confidence and reduce anxiety, making it easier to stay composed when the actual conversation occurs. Picture yourself responding calmly and constructively, regardless of what the other person says. Focusing on outcomes rather than getting caught up in the moment's emotions is crucial. Before entering a difficult conversation, remind yourself of the desired outcomes. What do you want to achieve? This could be resolving a conflict, gaining mutual understanding, or finding a compromise. Keeping these goals in mind can guide your responses and keep the conversation on track, even if it gets tense. When both parties remain focused on the larger objective, it is easier to navigate the conversation productively. Establishing common ground is another essential technique. Finding areas of agreement or shared interests can create a foundation of trust and cooperation. This doesn't mean you have to agree on everything, but acknowledging points where your perspectives align can make difficult discussions less adversarial and more collaborative. For example, if you and a coworker disagree on a project's approach, you might both agree on the project's ultimate goal. Highlighting this agreement can shift the focus from conflict to collaboration. Active listening techniques play a crucial role in managing difficult discussions. Active listening involves fully concentrating, understanding, and responding thoughtfully to what the other person is saying. It requires patience and the willingness to hear the other person out without interrupting or planning your response while they are speaking. Reflective listening, where you paraphrase what the other person has said to confirm understanding, is particularly useful. This not only helps clarify their points, but also shows that you respect and value their perspective, fostering a more respectful and constructive dialogue. One practical aspect of active listening is asking open-ended questions. Open-ended questions encourage a more detailed response and demonstrate genuine curiosity about the other person's viewpoint. Instead of asking questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, try asking questions that require elaboration, such as, "Can you explain more about why you feel this way?" This approach not only provides deeper insights into their thoughts and feelings, but also shows that you are genuinely interested in understanding them. Maintaining a neutral body posture and monitoring your nonverbal cues is equally important. Body language significantly influences the tone of a conversation. A relaxed and open posture conveys that you are approachable and willing to engage, whereas crossed arms or a rigid stance might seem defensive or confrontational. If you find yourself becoming physically tense, take a moment to relax your muscles and adopt a more neutral position. This subtle shift can make a significant difference in how your words are received. In situations where the conversation becomes overwhelmingly intense, it's perfectly acceptable to request a break. Taking a short pause allows everyone involved to cool down and gather their thoughts. You can suggest resuming the discussion after a few minutes, giving each party time to decompress and reflect. This can prevent escalation and enable a more reasoned and productive continuation of the conversation once you've reconvened. Empathy is an invaluable component of staying calm during difficult conversations. Putting yourself in the other person's shoes can provide insight into their emotions and motivations, which can help diffuse tension. Empathy does not necessarily mean agreeing with the other person's point of view. It means acknowledging and respecting their feelings and experiences. Expressing empathy can bridge gaps in understanding and promote a more compassionate and open discussion. Reflecting on past experiences where you successfully managed your emotions during difficult conversations can also be beneficial. Identify what strategies worked well and how you felt about the outcomes. Learning from these experiences can bolster your confidence and provide a reference point for future challenging discussions. Similarly, analyzing instances where you may have reacted poorly can offer valuable lessons and highlight areas for improvement. Lastly, it is helpful to practice self-compassion and forgiveness. Understand that managing emotions is a skill, and it is natural to make mistakes along the way. If a conversation does not go as planned, forgive yourself and view it as a learning opportunity. Commit to applying these techniques consistently, and over time, you will notice an improvement in your ability to stay calm and collected during difficult discussions. Constructive conflict resolution. In the realm of communication, conflict is inevitable, whether we are at work or in our personal relationships. The key to turning these difficult conversations into opportunities for growth lies in managing them constructively. We will explore strategies and techniques that allow for positive outcomes and deeper understanding when faced with disagreements. Starting any conversation with the intention to resolve a conflict requires a thoughtful approach. One of the foundational principles is to avoid coercion and distancing, which are natural instincts during conflicts. Instead, offer something that initiates harmony. This might be an apology or acknowledging your part in the issue. Vulnerability can set a tone of openness and encourage mutual respect. Another crucial aspect is to prioritize the conversation by making time for it. Agree on an optimal moment where both parties can engage fully without distractions. Trying to resolve issues when one is fatigued or preoccupied can lead to ineffective discussions and further misunderstandings. Focusing on the issue at hand rather than personal attacks is vital. Clearly identify and articulate the problem by sticking to observable facts. By doing so, you can address behaviors without assigning blame or escalating emotions. For instance, instead of saying, "You never listen to me," one might say, "I feel unheard when my suggestions aren't acknowledged during meetings." An often overlooked yet critical component of constructive conflict resolution is active listening. This means giving the other person the floor to voice their perspective uninterrupted. Effective listening not only helps in understanding, but also shows that you value the other person's viewpoint. This practice aligns with the Lara method. Listen, affirm, respond, and add. Listening builds a bridge between conflicting parties and opens up avenues for genuine dialogue. Once both sides have shared their views, it's time to craft a solution together. Brainstorming possible solutions collaboratively ensures that both parties feel invested in the process. This joint effort might require compromises from both ends, but leads to more sustainable and agreed-upon resolutions. It's essential to discuss not just what needs to change, but how each party can contribute to this new course of action. Sometimes, despite best efforts, conflicts remain unresolved. In such instances, practicing the art of letting go becomes imperative. Carrying resentment can poison future interactions and impede personal well-being. As Nelson Mandela aptly said, resentment is like taking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Letting go doesn't imply ignoring the issue, but rather choosing not to let it control your actions and feelings moving forward. The next step involves creating actionable next steps that both parties agree on and committing to follow through. This proactive approach prevents the recurrence of the same issues and demonstrates dedication to improving the relationship. Inquiry over advocacy. True, creating actionable. Next steps. True. Documenting these steps can serve as a reminder and provides a reference point for future discussions. Learning from past experiences enriches our toolkit for future conflicts. Reflect on what worked well and what didn't in previous discussions. This self-awareness fosters continual improvement in handling disagreements. Moreover, encouraging feedback after the resolution can provide insights into areas that need refinement. Mastering the art of staying calm during difficult conversations is an invaluable skill that can transform conflicts into opportunities for growth. By understanding emotional triggers and utilizing techniques such as deep breathing, mental rehearsal, and focusing on desired outcomes, individuals can navigate these discussions with poise. Establishing common ground, practicing active listening, and maintaining neutral body language further contribute to a more constructive dialogue. Empathy and self-reflection also play essential roles in managing emotions and enhancing communication efficacy. Reflecting on these strategies allows for the continual refinement of one's approach to challenging conversations. Learning from both successful interactions and past mistakes helps build confidence and resilience. Incorporating self-compassion and forgiveness ensures that each conversation, regardless of its outcome, becomes a learning opportunity. As you apply these techniques consistently, you will find it increasingly easier to stay composed and turn conflicts into moments of mutual growth and understanding. Chapter 4. Building Trust Through Communication. Building trust through communication requires a harmonious blend of actions and words. In both professional and personal settings, aligning what we say with what we do forms the cornerstone of reliability and integrity. Consistency is not just a virtue. It's a fundamental aspect that reassures others of our dependability. Without it, promises lose their power, and relationships weaken over time. Understanding how consistency in communication can establish and reinforce trust opens the door to building stronger, more resilient connections. This chapter explores the various facets of cultivating trust through communication, focusing on the importance of consistent, honest, and empathetic interactions. Readers will learn about the vital role of following through on promises, especially in challenging situations, and how doing so showcases true commitment. The discussion extends to the impact of credibility in the corporate world, emphasizing how leaders can set clear examples by aligning their words with their actions. Additionally, practical strategies for maintaining transparency and addressing misunderstandings are provided, offering readers valuable insights into strengthening both professional and personal relationships. Through real-life scenarios and actionable advice, This chapter aims to equip readers with the tools necessary to enhance their communication skills and build lasting trust. Consistency in words and actions. In both professional and personal relationships, trust is often the cornerstone that enables meaningful interactions and long-lasting connections. This section delves into the critical role of aligning one's actions with words to build trust, emphasizing how reliability and integrity are essential in fostering trust. Consistency in actions and words is the bedrock of credibility. When individuals consistently do what they say they will do, it reassures others that they can be relied upon. Consider a scenario in the workplace where a manager promises to address team concerns during a meeting but never follows through. Such behavior erodes trust, making team members less likely to believe future commitments. Conversely, when actions match promises, it promotes a positive reputation, reinforcing the belief that the individual is dependable. In the corporate world, credibility is paramount. Employees look up to their leaders for guidance and assurance. If leaders demonstrate consistency between their words and actions, it not only enhances their credibility, but also strengthens the organizational culture. For instance, if a leader emphasizes the importance of punctuality, but frequently arrives late to meetings, it sends mixed signals. On the other hand, a leader who practices what they preach sets a clear example, motivating employees to follow suit. The foundation of reliability is built on the simple yet profound principle of following through on promises. When individuals commit to something and then deliver on that promise, they cultivate a sense of reliability. In personal relationships, this could mean keeping a promise to spend quality time with family despite a busy schedule. Professionally, it might involve meeting project deadlines as committed. Each fulfilled promise adds a brick to the structure of trust, making it stronger and more resilient. Upholding promises, especially in challenging situations, showcases true commitment and fortifies trust even further. There are times when external circumstances make it difficult to honor commitments. A key indicator of integrity is an individual's effort to uphold their promises, despite these challenges. For example, a friend may promise to help you move house and then face unexpected work commitments. Their willingness to find time despite the inconvenience demonstrates profound respect and care, reinforcing trust in the relationship. This principle extends to the workplace as well. When managers or colleagues go out of their way to support team projects under tight deadlines or sudden changes, it builds immense goodwill and trust. It's not just about the immediate task, it's about showing dedication to one's word and demonstrating that promises made are promises kept. This willingness to uphold commitments, even when it's tough, reveals a deep-seated reliability and respect for others' expectations. Establishing trust in this manner creates a ripple effect, setting a standard for others and fostering a culture where consistency is highly valued. When leaders and influential figures within an organization prioritize aligning their words with their actions, it sets a precedent. Newcomers and peers alike begin to emulate this behavior, understanding that it is the norm and not the exception. Over time, this cultivates an environment where trust is woven into the fabric of the organizational culture. For young professionals aiming to advance their careers, mastering the art of consistent, reliable communication is crucial. When your colleagues and superiors see that you can be counted on to follow through on your commitments, it positions you as a dependable asset. This not only enhances your current job performance, but also makes you a prime candidate for leadership roles in the future. One practical tip for ensuring consistency is to make fewer promises and focus on delivering them exceptionally well. Sometimes, in an effort to please everyone, we may overcommit ourselves. However, it's far more effective to make realistic commitments and exceed expectations on those few promises, rather than falter due to overextension. Prioritize your commitments and ensure each one aligns with your capabilities and resources. Another practical approach is to frequently communicate updates. Transparency plays a significant role in maintaining trust. If unforeseen circumstances arise that impede your ability to fulfill a promise, communicate openly and honestly about the situation. This transparency shows respect for the other party's time and expectations, and reinforces your commitment to integrity. In moments of difficulty, demonstrating resilience and finding alternative solutions can also uphold trust. For instance, consider a project deadline that appears impossible to meet due to unexpected challenges. Instead of simply failing to deliver, proposing a revised timeline or additional resources to meet the original objective shows your commitment to seeing things through. This adaptability, combined with clear communication, helps maintain the trust you've worked hard to establish. Building a culture of trust is equally important in personal relationships. When friends, family members, or partners know they can rely on you, it fosters a deeper sense of security and mutual respect. Simple acts like being punctual for meetups, remembering significant dates, and actively participating in shared activities contribute significantly to building this trust. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It means striving to align your actions with your words as closely as possible and taking responsibility when you fall short. Establishing a strong foundation of trust requires ongoing effort and conscious practice. It's about integrating these principles into everyday interactions and recognizing the long-term benefits of doing so. For instance, consistently showing up for a weekly family dinner, despite a hectic schedule, communicates to loved ones that they are a priority. In the same vein, regularly checking in on friends, especially during times of need, reinforces your reliability and strengthens the bond. Another aspect to consider is the impact of trust building on team dynamics in a professional setting. When trust is established within a team, collaboration becomes smoother, innovation thrives, and overall productivity increases. Team members feel safe expressing ideas and concerns, knowing there is a foundation of mutual reliability and respect. As a result, the group can achieve collective goals more efficiently. Honesty and transparency. Openness and truthfulness are foundational elements in communication that significantly contribute to building trust and respect in both professional and personal relationships. In today's fast-paced world, where misunderstandings can easily arise, maintaining clear, honest, and transparent communication is vital. This section will delve into various aspects of openness and truthfulness, illustrating how these traits can enhance interactions and foster deeper connections. Truthful communication bolsters respect and promotes smoother relationships. When individuals commit to speaking the truth, they create an environment of trustworthiness. People begin to rely on one another's words, knowing that what is being communicated is genuine and free from deceit. For instance, in a professional setting, when a manager transparently discusses challenges the company is facing, it not only builds credibility, but also earns the respect of employees who feel valued and included in the bigger picture. Similarly, in personal relationships, sharing truthful thoughts and feelings enables partners to connect on a more authentic level, reducing the chances of conflict born out of miscommunication or hidden agendas. Sharing intentions and motivations enhances relational clarity. When people articulate why they are saying or doing something, they remove the guesswork for others involved. This practice eliminates unnecessary misunderstandings and aligns expectations. For example, if a colleague explains that their critical feedback aims to improve teamwork rather than undermine anyone, it shifts the focus from perceived personal attacks to collective growth. Similarly, in personal relationships, when motives are clearly expressed, it becomes easier for all parties to understand each other's perspectives, leading to stronger bonds and mutual respect. Acknowledging the impact of honesty on one's credibility can shift perspectives. Many hesitate to be completely open due to fear of judgment or conflict. However, understanding that honesty fundamentally shapes one's reputation can encourage more truthful exchanges. Credibility is built over time through consistent, honest interactions, making individuals more reliable and trustworthy in the eyes of others. For example, A leader who admits to mistakes and shares lessons learned is often seen as more relatable and trustworthy, which can increase their team's loyalty and morale. In personal contexts, acknowledging and apologizing for wrongdoings honestly can mend relationships faster and more effectively than avoiding the issue altogether. Practicing transparency and addressing issues helps rebuild trust that may have been disrupted. Transparency involves openly discussing problems and actively seeking solutions together. It requires courage and a commitment to maintaining integrity, especially when faced with difficult situations. For instance, in the workplace, if an employee makes an error that affects a project, openly addressing the mistake and discussing steps to rectify it can restore faith among team members and supervisors. The guideline here would be to always approach such conversations with empathy and a solution-oriented mindset. Similarly, in personal relationships, when conflicts arise, tackling them head-on with honesty can prevent the buildup of resentment and help both parties move forward positively. Navigating misunderstandings through honest dialogue is essential for long-term trust. Misunderstandings are common, but they do not have to result in lasting damage. Being upfront about miscommunications and taking responsibility for any part played can diffuse tension and prevent escalation. For example, in a work scenario, if a miscommunication between departments leads to a missed deadline, having an open discussion about what went wrong and how to avoid such issues in the future can strengthen interdepartmental relationships and improve overall efficiency. In personal relationships, openly addressing and clarifying misunderstandings shows a willingness to listen and work through issues together, reinforcing the trust that underpins the relationship. An important aspect of maintaining openness and truthfulness is the balance between assertiveness and vulnerability. It is crucial to find a middle ground where one can be forthright without being abrasive and vulnerable without appearing weak. This balance fosters an atmosphere where honesty is encouraged and all parties feel safe to express their true selves. For instance, during performance reviews, a manager should assertively communicate areas needing improvement while being open to receiving feedback on their own leadership style. This two-way street strengthens trust and respect within the team. In personal scenarios, being able to share fears and insecurities without fearing judgment encourages deeper emotional connections and mutual support. Moreover, embracing honesty can significantly enhance psychological safety within teams and relationships. Psychological safety means that individuals feel safe to speak up without fear of negative consequences. In workplaces where open communication is prioritized, employees are more likely to share innovative ideas and admit mistakes, contributing to a culture of continuous improvement and mutual respect. For example, a team member who feels secure enough to voice concerns about a looming project might provide critical insights that save the team from potential pitfalls. In personal settings, psychological safety allows for honest dialogues about sensitive topics, ensuring that both parties feel heard and validated, thus deepening trust. Honesty also plays a pivotal role in fostering creativity and innovation. When individuals are open about their thoughts and ideas, even those that might seem unconventional, it creates a rich tapestry of perspectives that can lead to breakthrough solutions. Encouraging an open exchange of ideas without fear of ridicule or dismissal nurtures an environment where creativity flourishes. For instance, in a brainstorming session, an atmosphere of open honesty allows all participants to contribute freely, leading to more diverse and potentially groundbreaking ideas. In personal relationships, sharing dreams and aspirations candidly can inspire joint efforts towards common goals, strengthening the relationship further. This chapter has explored the significance of fostering trust through consistent, honest, and empathetic communication in both professional and personal relationships. By aligning actions with words, individuals can establish credibility and reliability, which are essential for building strong connections. Trust is further solidified when people follow through on their promises, demonstrating commitment even in challenging situations. These practices not only enhance individual reputations, but also contribute to a culture where trust is highly valued and emulated by others. In professional settings, leaders who model consistency inspire their teams to do the same, creating an environment where collaboration and productivity thrive. Similarly, in personal relationships, maintaining transparency and honesty helps to deepen bonds and reduce misunderstandings. Simple acts such as being punctual, keeping promises, and communicating openly about changes or challenges play a pivotal role in reinforcing trust. Embracing these principles in everyday interactions leads to stronger, more resilient relationships, providing a solid foundation for both professional success and personal fulfillment. Chapter 5. Etiquette in Modern Communication. Navigating the landscape of modern communication demands a keen understanding of how etiquette principles translate into today's digital world. This chapter explores the intricacies of maintaining respect and professionalism across various platforms, from emails to social media, texting, and video calls. Each medium presents unique challenges and opportunities for effective communication, making it essential to adapt timeless etiquette guidelines to fit contemporary contexts. By doing so, individuals can ensure that their interactions remain courteous, clear, and impactful, regardless of the method or setting. In this chapter, readers will delve into strategies for crafting professional emails that make lasting impressions, engaging respectfully on social media to build positive reputations, and mastering the subtleties of texting and instant messaging. The text will also cover best practices for video calls, emphasizing the importance of presentation and behavior in virtual settings. By examining these different facets of modern communication, the chapter aims to equip readers with practical tools and insights to navigate both their personal and professional lives more effectively. Through the blend of classic etiquette and modern principles, readers will be better prepared to foster respectful and meaningful interactions in every aspect of their communication journey. Manners in digital communication. Traditional etiquette principles continue to hold tremendous relevance in today's digital era. Adapting these timeless guidelines to contemporary communication methods ensures that respect and professionalism are upheld, even in virtual settings. A well-crafted email remains a fundamental aspect of professional communication. In the fast-paced world of business and personal interactions, a polished and thoughtfully composed email can make a significant difference. The subject line is often the first point of contact, and it should be clear, concise, and relevant to the content of the email. A vague or overly lengthy subject line may result in your email being overlooked or misunderstood. Similarly, the body of the email should be structured with clarity and precision. Emails that ramble or lack a coherent structure reflect poorly on the sender's professionalism. Short paragraphs and bullet points can help convey information more effectively, ensuring the recipient can easily follow along. Moreover, including a polite salutation at the beginning of the email and a courteous closing remark shows respect for the recipient and sets a positive tone for further correspondence. Proofreading emails before sending them is also essential to avoid grammatical errors or typos that could detract from your message's professionalism. On social media, the impact of our interactions is equally profound. Engaging positively with others, even when disagreeing, demonstrates maturity and emotional intelligence. Social media platforms often serve as public forums where personal and professional reputations are built or tarnished. Using respectful and considerate language when participating in online discussions helps maintain a cordial atmosphere and fosters constructive dialogue. When disagreements arise, expressing contrary opinions respectfully, without resorting to personal attacks or aggressive language, reflects maturity and thoughtfulness. It is also wise to avoid controversial topics unless one is prepared to engage in a measured and respectful conversation. Maturity in social media conduct not only enhances personal credibility, but also contributes to a more positive and productive online community. Keeping this balanced approach helps prevent needless conflicts and promotes an environment of mutual respect. Meanwhile, Texting and instant messaging have become indispensable tools for quick and efficient communication. However, the ease and speed of these mediums often lead to a lapse in etiquette. Quick responses show consideration and can significantly strengthen relationships, whether they are personal or professional. Responding promptly to messages indicates that you value the other person's time and effort. However, it's important to ensure that quick replies are thoughtful and considerate. Hasty, curt, or poorly worded messages can come across as dismissive or rude. Maintaining a polite and professional tone, even in casual chats, is crucial. Greetings such as hello or hi, followed by the person's name, can set a friendly tone right from the start. Signing off with a simple "thank you," "best regards," or any suitable closing phrase further solidifies a respectful exchange. Additionally, avoiding slang or overly casual language prevents misunderstandings and maintains a level of professionalism appropriate for all contexts. Video calls have increasingly become a common mode of professional and personal interaction. Ensuring a professional background and adhering to a proper dress code during video calls greatly influences first impressions. A cluttered or distracting background can divert attention from the conversation and may give an impression of disorganization. Opting for a neat and neutral backdrop or using virtual backgrounds offered by many conferencing tools can enhance focus and contribute to a professional appearance. Dress codes shouldn't be neglected either. Dressing appropriately conveys respect for the occasion and participants, showing that you take the meeting seriously. Even if working from home, wearing attire suitable for the office helps create a sense of formality and preparedness. Furthermore, good lighting and camera angles ensure that you appear clear and attentive, reinforcing positive nonverbal communication cues. In addition to physical presentation, the way we conduct ourselves during these calls speaks volumes about our professionalism. Arriving a few minutes early for the call ensures that you are settled and ready to start on time. This punctuality is a sign of respect for everyone's schedule. During the meeting, active participation and attentive listening are key. Avoid multitasking, such as checking emails or browsing the internet, as it can be perceived as disrespectful and disengaged. Instead, being fully present underscores your commitment and respect towards the speaker and other participants. If you need to leave the meeting early or step away momentarily, informing the host or group beforehand is courteous and avoids disrupting the flow of discussion. Utilizing features like muting the microphone when not speaking prevents background noise from interfering with the meeting, contributing to a smoother and more pleasant experience for everyone involved. Balancing formality and casualness and respecting boundaries and time. In modern communication, finding the right level of formality is crucial for successfully navigating various contexts and respecting personal boundaries. One of the most significant challenges is determining when to use formal versus informal language based on the audience and environment. This skill is essential for young professionals seeking career advancement, individuals looking to deepen personal relationships, and lifelong learners interested in personal development. Adaptation to the setting is a clear indicator of social awareness. In business environments, formal language demonstrates professionalism and competence. For instance, during meetings or presentations, using structured and precise language can convey confidence and reliability. This approach not only helps in establishing credibility, but also in building trust with colleagues and superiors. On the other hand, in casual gatherings, a relaxed tone can foster openness and camaraderie. Knowing how to switch between these modes seamlessly shows an acute understanding of social cues and situational demands. Navigating hierarchies requires a balance between maintaining respect and being approachable. When interacting with superiors, it is important to use professional language that reflects deference and understanding of organizational norms. This includes addressing them by their titles, unless invited to do otherwise, and avoiding slang or overly casual expressions. However, cultivating a friendly demeanor is equally important. It encourages open communication and makes the workplace more collaborative. For example, after a formal presentation, engaging in lighthearted conversation can break down hierarchical barriers and build rapport. Respecting physical space in conversations is another cornerstone of respectful communication. Personal space varies from culture to culture, and being aware of these differences is vital. In general, maintaining an appropriate distance during interactions ensures that others feel comfortable and respected. Invading someone's personal space can lead to discomfort and distract from the conversation. Moreover, paying attention to nonverbal cues, such as stepping back if someone leans away, can help you adjust your behavior accordingly. Graciously exiting conversations is an often overlooked aspect of good etiquette. Whether in a professional or personal setting, knowing when and how to end a discussion is key to showing respect for others' time and commitments. A polite and timely exit can leave a positive impression and maintain goodwill. For example, in a business meeting, if the discussion has reached its conclusion, summarizing the key points and expressing appreciation for everyone's contributions can signify a respectful end. In social settings, signaling your intention to leave by thanking the host and briefly explaining your reason for departing shows consideration for their hospitality. Time management is an integral part of valuing others' time. Being punctual for meetings and appointments is a sign of respect and professionalism. It indicates that you value others' schedules and are reliable. For instance, arriving on time for a job interview not only leaves a positive impression, but also sets the tone for future interactions. Similarly, in social engagements, respecting agreed-upon times demonstrates consideration and enhances mutual respect. Setting reminders and planning ahead can help ensure punctuality becomes a habit. Personal boundaries, both physical and emotional, must be recognized and honored. In any interaction, respecting these boundaries promotes a sense of safety and trust. This means being mindful of topics that might be sensitive or private, and avoiding making others uncomfortable. For example, refraining from asking probing questions about someone's personal life in a professional setting shows tact and respect. Understanding and acknowledging these limits contribute to healthier and more respectful communications. Knowing when to exit a conversation gracefully is equally important. Overstaying a discussion can make others feel trapped or overwhelm them. In professional settings, this might mean concluding a meeting once all agenda items have been covered, rather than dragging it out unnecessarily. In social settings, recognizing nonverbal cues that indicate someone needs to leave, like checking their watch or shifting their posture, can guide you to wrap up the conversation politely. This approach respects others' time and commitments, ensuring that interactions remain pleasant and productive. Boundaries in digital communication are often overlooked, but are just as important as in-person interactions. Sending too many messages or making repeated calls can overwhelm the recipient and intrude on their personal space. It's crucial to be mindful of the frequency and timing of your communications. For instance, unless it's urgent, avoid sending work-related emails late at night or over the weekend. Instead, schedule emails to be sent during regular working hours, allowing recipients to manage their work-life balance effectively. Likewise, limiting the length and number of instant messages can prevent communication fatigue and ensure that each message is given due attention. This chapter has delved into how timeless principles of etiquette can be effectively adapted to modern communication settings. From the importance of crafting clear and respectful emails to maintaining professionalism on social media, we've explored various facets of contemporary interactions. Whether through polite and structured language in business communications, or thoughtful and considerate behavior in social media discussions, adhering to these principles can significantly enhance our professional and personal relationships. Moreover, the chapter emphasized the significance of professionalism during video calls and the necessity of respecting boundaries in both digital and physical interactions. Adaptation to context, balancing formality with casualness, and being mindful of personal space and time are crucial skills for anyone aiming to improve their communication. By integrating these age-old etiquette rules with modern communication tools, we not only foster more respectful and productive dialogues, but also build stronger connections in both our professional and personal lives. Chapter 6. Making Lasting Impressions. Making a lasting impression during conversations is essential for building strong connections, whether in professional settings or personal relationships. How you introduce yourself and engage with others can set the stage for successful interactions. This chapter delves into various techniques to ensure your words leave a positive and enduring impact on those you meet. To achieve impactful communication, this chapter will explore key methods like crafting an effective elevator pitch, the importance of using names, storytelling for context, and projecting confidence. You'll learn how to make your introductions captivating through personalized pitches, and understand how using someone's name can enhance rapport. The chapter also highlights storytelling as a tool for making connections, and discusses nonverbal cues such as body language, facial expressions, and mirroring techniques to complement your verbal communication. By mastering these strategies, you can transform ordinary interactions into memorable experiences, leading to more meaningful and productive relationships. Crafting memorable introductions. The goal of creating engaging and memorable introductions is to set the tone for fruitful interactions. Making a lasting impression from the get-go can open doors to various opportunities, whether in professional settings or personal relationships. To achieve this, it's essential to master a few key techniques. First, let's dive into the art of the elevator pitch. An elevator pitch is a concise and compelling introduction that captures the essence of who you are and what you bring to the table. It derives its name from the idea that it should be deliverable within the span of an elevator ride, typically 30 to 60 seconds. A good elevator pitch is structured yet flexible enough to adapt to different audiences. It starts with a hook, which could be a surprising fact or a relatable question to instantly grab attention. From there, you identify a problem or need, present your solution or unique value proposition, and conclude with a call to action. This structure ensures that your message is not only clear, but also impactful. According to research, personalized pitches tailored to the audience's interests and needs are more likely to be effective. Good elevator pitch examples templates. Incorporating names into your introduction is another powerful tactic. Using someone's name during a conversation can significantly enhance your connection with them. Names are deeply tied to our identity, and hearing our own name activates specific areas in our brain associated with self-perception and identity. When you address someone by their name, it shows attentiveness and respect. For instance, instead of saying, "Nice to meet you," try, "Nice to meet you, Sarah." This small change makes the interaction feel more personal and genuine. Remembering and using names can also aid in building rapport and trust, crucial elements for any meaningful interaction. Setting context through storytelling is another excellent approach to making your introductions more engaging. Humans are naturally drawn to stories because they provide context and emotional resonance. Sharing a brief, relevant anecdote can help illustrate your point and make your introduction memorable. For example, if you're introducing yourself at a networking event, you might say, "I've always been passionate about technology. As a child, I used to take apart my toys just to see how they worked, and now I channel that curiosity as a software developer at XYZ company." This story not only provides insight into your background, but also creates a connection with the listener through shared human experiences. Effective storytelling involves selecting anecdotes that highlight your unique qualities and relevance to the audience. Confidence is a vital component of a strong introduction. Speaking confidently projects competence and credibility. People often perceive confident individuals as more capable and trustworthy. To bolster your confidence, practice your introduction multiple times until you can deliver it smoothly. Pay attention to your body language as well. Stand tall, make eye contact, and use clear, audible speech. Nervousness is natural, but preparation can significantly reduce anxiety. Research suggests that confident communication can positively influence how others perceive your abilities and character. The role of body language. Body language plays a crucial role in influencing how we are perceived during conversations. It's an essential aspect of nonverbal communication that can determine whether we leave a lasting, positive impression on others. Understanding and utilizing effective body language techniques can greatly enhance our interactions, making them more impactful. An open posture is one of the foundational elements of positive body language. This refers to positioning your body in a way that appears welcoming and approachable. For instance, standing or sitting with your arms uncrossed and your torso facing the person you're speaking with signals openness and readiness to engage. This stance can help create a comfortable environment for dialogue, encouraging the other person to respond positively. In contrast, closed postures such as crossing arms or turning your body away might be perceived as defensive or disinterested, potentially hindering effective communication. Facial expressions are equally significant in reinforcing your message and intentions. A genuine smile, for example, can convey warmth and friendliness, making others feel at ease. According to Cherry, facial expressions can often speak louder than words, reflecting true emotions and attitudes. When you smile genuinely while talking, it shows sincerity and builds trust. Conversely, a lack of appropriate facial expressions or inconsistent ones can lead to misunderstandings or give an impression of insincerity. Therefore, it's vital to ensure that your facial expressions align with the message you're conveying. This alignment reinforces your spoken words, making your communication more coherent and believable. Mirroring techniques can further enhance rapport and make others feel comfortable. Mirroring involves subtly imitating the body language, gestures, and even facial expressions of the person you are engaging with. This doesn't mean copying every move blatantly, but rather reflecting their general demeanor in a subtle and respectful manner. For example, if the person you're conversing with leans forward slightly, mirroring this action can create a sense of connection and empathy. Studies have shown that people tend to feel more understood and valued when they see their behaviors reflected back at them, leading to stronger interpersonal bonds. Gestures and movement also play a pivotal role in underlining your points during a conversation. Controlled, purposeful gestures can emphasize what you're saying, helping to illustrate your ideas more vividly. For example, using hand movements to outline a concept or point in a certain direction can provide visual reinforcement to your verbal message. However, it's essential to use gestures judiciously. Too many or overly aggressive gestures can distract or overwhelm the listener. By synchronizing your gestures with key points in your speech, you offer additional layers of meaning and clarity, aiding the listener's comprehension and retention of information. Open posture, genuine facial expressions, mirroring techniques, and controlled gestures collectively contribute to effective nonverbal communication. Each element serves to enhance and augment the spoken word, presenting a cohesive and engaging interaction. To start with, adopting an open posture should become second nature in any form of communication. Whether in professional settings or personal interactions, appearing approachable invites others to engage more openly and comfortably. Imagine walking into a networking event with relaxed shoulders and hands naturally at your sides. This stance not only makes you look confident, but also approachable. Over time, practicing this habit consistently can significantly improve the quality of your interactions. Facial expressions often serve as mirrors to our emotions. They can provide immediate feedback to the person we are talking to, indicating whether we understand, agree, or share their sentiments. Take, for example, a scenario where a colleague shares an accomplishment. A genuine smile and nod can communicate shared excitement and encouragement without uttering a single word. This nonverbal affirmation fosters a supportive environment, enhancing team cohesion and morale. Mirroring techniques require heightened awareness and sensitivity to the cues of others. This subtle form of echoing demonstrates empathy and understanding, establishing a deeper connection. For instance, if a friend expresses concern with a furrowed brow, Softly mirroring that expression can show you acknowledge their feelings. It's critical, however, to remain authentic and not overdo it. True mirroring balances genuine reactions with subtle reflection, creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and attentiveness. Incorporating controlled gestures into your communication can transform abstract ideas into tangible concepts. For example, while explaining a complex project plan, using your hands to draw an imaginary flowchart can help colleagues visualize the process. Purposeful movements guide the listener's attention and can simplify intricate details, making the overall message clearer. It's important to be mindful of cultural differences surrounding gestures to ensure they are interpreted correctly and respectfully in diverse settings. Mastering these techniques takes practice and conscious effort, but the rewards are substantial. Enhanced nonverbal communication skills can lead to more engaging and successful interactions. Whether you aim to advance in your career, deepen personal relationships, or simply become a more effective communicator, focusing on body language will significantly enrich your communicative abilities. It's essential to remember that body language is just one component of a comprehensive communication strategy. While an open posture, expressive facial expressions, mirroring techniques, and deliberate gestures form the backbone of nonverbal communication, they work best when harmonized with clear and articulate verbal communication. Together, these elements create a dynamic interplay that can profoundly enhance your conversational impact and leave a lasting impression. In this chapter, we explored the nuanced techniques for leaving a positive and lasting impression during interpersonal conversations. From crafting compelling elevator pitches to incorporating names into introductions, each method emphasized the importance of creating meaningful connections right from the start. We also delved into the significance of setting context through storytelling, enhancing interaction through confidence, and the powerful role that personalized pitches play in making communication more impactful. Understanding body language emerged as another critical component of effective communication. Open postures, genuine facial expressions, mirroring techniques, and controlled gestures collectively enhance how others perceive us and how we engage with them. By mastering these nonverbal cues, one can significantly improve the quality of interactions, whether in professional or personal settings. This chapter aimed to equip readers with practical tools to make their conversations more engaging and memorable, ultimately fostering stronger, more impactful connections. Chapter 7. Empathy and Dialogue. Empathy and dialogue enhances the depth and quality of interpersonal communication. When we engage with others, understanding their emotions and experiences fosters a more meaningful connection. This chapter delves into how recognizing emotional triggers in both ourselves and others can significantly improve our conversations. By being aware of what prompts emotional reactions, we can manage personal responses better and offer considerate interactions. Such insights are not only beneficial for maintaining composure, but also essential for creating a supportive dialogue environment. Throughout the chapter, readers will explore practical strategies for identifying and managing these triggers. The discussion includes techniques like self-awareness exercises and keen observation skills to understand one's own and others' emotional states better. Moreover, the chapter emphasizes the importance of creating safe spaces for open dialogue and practicing emotional regulation. By mastering these empathetic communication skills, individuals can enhance their professional relationships, foster collaboration, and build stronger personal connections. Understanding emotional triggers. Recognizing emotional triggers in oneself and others is a crucial aspect of empathetic communication. To communicate empathetically, one must first understand the emotional catalysts that prompt reactions in various conversations. This understanding allows for better management of personal emotions while fostering stronger connections with others. Identifying personal triggers starts with self-awareness. Understanding what specific situations or comments can cause strong emotional reactions helps individuals prepare for and manage these responses effectively. For instance, a young professional might realize that criticism from superiors triggers feelings of inadequacy. Recognizing this allows them to practice coping strategies, such as deep breathing or positive self-talk, to maintain composure during feedback sessions. Self-reflection exercises, like journaling about daily interactions, can also assist in pinpointing these triggers. By documenting instances where strong emotions arise, patterns can emerge, providing insights into underlying causes. Recognizing others' triggers requires keen observation and empathy. Observing body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions can give clues about what might be affecting someone emotionally. For example, a colleague may become visibly tense and curt when discussing certain topics. By noting these reactions, you can steer conversations away from potential triggers or approach the subject more sensitively. Asking open-ended questions like, "How do you feel about this?" can provide further insight into their emotional state without making assumptions. Understanding these signals fosters a more considerate and empathetic dialogue environment, resulting in fewer misunderstandings and more meaningful exchanges. Creating safe spaces for dialogue ensures that everyone involved feels comfortable expressing their emotions openly. Safe environments encourage honesty and vulnerability, essential components for empathetic communication. Establishing such spaces involves setting ground rules for respect and active listening. For instance, encouraging team members to speak one at a time and refraining from interrupting can make discussions more inclusive. Additionally, using neutral locations for difficult conversations, away from everyday work settings, can help reduce stress and promote openness. Creating these spaces demonstrates a commitment to hearing and understanding each other's perspectives, which can significantly enhance the quality of interpersonal communication. Practicing emotional regulation is pivotal in maintaining productive and empathetic conversations. Emotional regulation involves techniques to manage and modulate one's emotional responses, ensuring they are appropriate for the situation. One effective method is the art of staying composed through self-regulation. Techniques such as deep breathing, pausing before responding, and taking breaks during high-stress interactions can be invaluable. For instance, before addressing a contentious issue with a colleague, taking a few moments to breathe deeply can help calm nerves and allow for a more reasoned approach. Another technique includes cognitive reappraisal, which involves reframing a negative thought pattern into a positive or neutral perspective. This can help diminish the intensity of emotional responses, making it easier to handle challenging conversations with grace and empathy. Celebrating achievements and the small steps taken towards improving emotional intelligence in conversations can reinforce positive behaviors. Acknowledging progress, no matter how minor, boosts motivation and encourages continuous improvement. For example, if a professional successfully navigates a difficult conversation by managing their emotional response effectively, it's worth recognizing that achievement. This reinforcement not only builds confidence, but also sets a positive tone for future interactions. Developing emotional intelligence and recognizing triggers in oneself and others involves continuous learning and practice. Engaging in activities that heighten self-awareness, such as mindfulness exercises or seeking feedback from trusted colleagues, can be beneficial. Mindfulness practices help individuals stay present in the moment, making it easier to recognize and manage emotional triggers as they arise. Feedback from colleagues provides an external perspective on how one's emotional responses are perceived, offering valuable insights for growth. Incorporating empathy into dialogue is not just a skill, but an ongoing journey towards better interpersonal relationships. The ability to recognize and manage emotional triggers lays the foundation for deeper, more authentic connections. In professional settings, this skill can lead to increased collaboration and higher team morale. In personal relationships, it fosters understanding and strengthens bonds. For lifelong learners, the process of developing these skills contributes to continual personal growth and enhanced social presence. Reflective listening and responding with compassion. Empathy in dialogue is crucial for building and maintaining strong personal and professional relationships. By demonstrating empathy, we can connect more deeply with others, ensuring our communications are both meaningful and impactful. This subpoint will focus on illustrating how reflective listening and compassionate responses serve as essential tools for embodying empathy in conversations. Reflective listening is a powerful technique that involves genuinely hearing the speaker, understanding their message, and responding thoughtfully. Key methods of reflective listening include paraphrasing, summarizing key themes, and asking follow-up questions. Paraphrasing involves restating what the speaker has said in your own words to ensure you have accurately understood their message. For example, if someone says, "I'm feeling overwhelmed with work," you might respond, "It sounds like you're really stressed with your current workload." Summarizing key themes helps to distill the main points of a conversation, which reinforces understanding and ensures that important messages are not lost. Asking follow-up questions demonstrates engagement and encourages the speaker to elaborate, providing further insight into their thoughts and feelings. Demonstrating engagement through nonverbal cues is equally important in reflective listening. Nonverbal cues such as eye contact, nodding, and appropriate facial expressions convey attentiveness and respect. Eye contact, for instance, shows that you are focused on the speaker, while nodding can indicate agreement or understanding. Additionally, maintaining an open and relaxed posture communicates that you are approachable and receptive. These subtle but powerful cues help create an environment where the speaker feels valued and heard. Compassionate responses are another critical component of empathetic dialogue. Compassion goes beyond understanding another's feelings. It involves a genuine concern for their well-being. To foster authentic connections, it's essential to acknowledge the emotions and circumstances of those you are communicating with. For instance, if a colleague shares their frustration about a challenging project, acknowledging their feelings by saying, "I can see why this situation is frustrating for you," validates their experience and shows empathy. Offering supportive statements can further enhance compassionate responses. Expressions of support can range from verbal reassurances like, "I'm here for you," to more active forms of assistance, such as offering help with tasks or providing resources. Supportive statements show that you care about the speaker's well-being and are willing to take steps to alleviate their distress. Sharing personal anecdotes is another effective way to express compassion. By relating similar experiences from your own life, you demonstrate that you truly understand what the other person is going through. This shared sense of experience can build trust and strengthen the bond between you and the speaker. However, it's crucial to ensure that these anecdotes are relevant and do not shift the focus away from the speaker's needs. The essence of compassionate responses lies in a deep understanding of others' feelings and circumstances. This understanding allows for more genuine and heartfelt interactions, laying the foundation for stronger, more empathetic communication. Reflective listening and compassionate responses together create a powerful toolset for anyone looking to improve their interpersonal communication skills. Employing reflective listening techniques, such as paraphrasing, summarizing, and asking follow-up questions, ensures that the speaker's message is accurately received and understood. These techniques signal to the speaker that their words are being carefully considered, fostering an environment of mutual respect and trust. For instance, during a team meeting, if a member expresses concern about a looming deadline, paraphrasing their concern, "You're worried about how we'll meet the deadline without compromising quality," confirms your understanding and invites them to provide additional context or solutions. Nonverbal cues play a pivotal role in demonstrating engagement. Beyond eye contact and nodding, additional nonverbal signals such as leaning slightly forward, mirroring the speaker's body language, and maintaining a calm demeanor can further communicate attentiveness. These actions collectively convey a silent but potent message. I am fully present and invested in our conversation. When combined with reflective listening, these nonverbal cues enhance the overall effectiveness of empathetic dialogue. Expressing compassion requires a nuanced approach. It involves more than just acknowledging someone's feelings. It necessitates a proactive stance in offering support and comfort. This can be seen in professional settings where managers adopt an empathetic leadership style. When addressing an employee's concerns, a manager might say, "I understand that this project is particularly demanding. Let's discuss some ways we can manage the workload more effectively." Such statements not only validate the employee's feelings, but also propose constructive steps to mitigate stress. Supporting statements should always be tailored to the individual's specific needs and circumstances. Generic reassurances may fall flat, so it's important to be specific and actionable in your support. If a friend is coping with a personal loss, a statement like, "I know you're going through a tough time right now. If there's anything you need, whether it's someone to talk to or help with errands, I'm here for you," offers concrete support that addresses their immediate needs. Sharing personal anecdotes can be particularly impactful when they are used judiciously. The key is to ensure that these stories do not overshadow the speaker's experiences, but rather complement them. In a mentoring relationship, for example, sharing your own struggles and triumphs in overcoming similar challenges can provide valuable perspective and encouragement. A mentor might say, "When I faced a similar obstacle early in my career, I found that seeking advice from a trusted colleague made all the difference." In essence, combining reflective listening with compassionate responses creates a comprehensive framework for empathetic communication. This dual approach not only enhances understanding and connection, but also fosters an atmosphere of mutual respect and support. By honing these skills, individuals can navigate conversations with greater empathy, ultimately leading to more meaningful and impactful exchanges in both personal and professional contexts. Understanding and applying these techniques takes practice and conscious effort. Each conversation presents an opportunity to improve and refine your ability to listen reflectively and respond compassionately. Start by integrating small changes into your daily interactions, such as focusing on maintaining eye contact and offering sincere acknowledgments of others' feelings. Over time, these practices will become second nature, allowing you to build deeper, more empathetic relationships with those around you. This chapter has highlighted the significance of incorporating empathy into conversations to improve interpersonal communication. By understanding and managing emotional triggers, individuals can foster more meaningful connections in both professional and personal interactions. Recognizing these triggers through self-awareness and keen observation helps prepare for and navigate emotionally charged moments with composure and sensitivity. Techniques such as reflective listening and compassionate responses further enhance the quality of dialogue, promoting mutual respect and deeper understanding. Creating safe spaces for open dialogue and practicing emotional regulation are essential steps toward successful empathetic communication. These practices not only enhance collaboration and team morale in professional settings, but also strengthen bonds in personal relationships. Celebrating incremental progress in emotional intelligence reinforces positive behavior and continuous improvement. Ultimately, developing empathy is an ongoing journey that enriches one's communication skills, leading to more impactful and fulfilling exchanges in all areas of life. Chapter 8: Confidence without arrogance. Balancing confidence and humility in communication is essential for both personal and professional relationships. This delicate equilibrium ensures that one can express their views assertively without appearing arrogant or dismissive of others' perspectives. Assertiveness, which involves conveying thoughts and needs clearly while respecting others, is a critical skill in achieving this balance. Developing assertiveness requires understanding how to project self-assurance through body language, vocal techniques, and thorough preparation. In this chapter, readers will explore various techniques to communicate confidently, yet respectfully. It starts with the importance of assertiveness and its role in enhancing self-esteem and establishing clear boundaries. Then the focus shifts to nonverbal cues, such as body language and vocal tone, illustrating how these elements can convey confidence without aggression. The chapter also emphasizes the value of preparation, providing strategies to boost self-assurance during discussions and negotiations. Finally, it highlights the significance of continuous practice in refining communication skills, underlining that effective communication improves through regular and mindful practice. Self-assured speaking techniques. Assertiveness is a key skill that helps convey confidence without crossing into arrogance. It ensures that while you express your views and needs clearly, you also respect the opinions and feelings of others. Assertiveness training, although sometimes overlooked, has proven to be beneficial in various aspects of life. As Speed et al. Note, assertive communication can help you get what you want without being aggressive and improve self-esteem by establishing clear personal boundaries. This balance between confidence and humility is essential for young professionals aiming to enhance their communication skills for career advancement and for individuals looking to foster deeper personal connections. Utilizing body language and vocal techniques to project confidence can significantly enhance communication. Body language often speaks louder than words. Standing straight, holding your head high, and making direct eye contact portrays confidence. Even in situations where verbal interaction is minimal, such as during presentations or meetings, assertive body language can make a strong impression. Williams emphasizes that nonverbal cues like purposeful hand gestures and maintaining personal space can effectively showcase assertiveness. Additionally, vocal techniques are equally crucial. Speaking clearly and at a moderate pace, using a firm tone without shouting, and avoiding filler words like or helps to communicate your message assertively. Being well prepared leads to greater self-assurance in discussions. Preparation involves thorough understanding of the topic, anticipating possible questions, and preparing answers in advance. When you walk into a meeting armed with knowledge and evidence, it naturally boosts your confidence. Knowledgeable participants not only present their ideas more convincingly, but they also handle objections and counter-arguments with ease. For instance, when negotiating a salary increase, being prepared with a list of your accomplishments, market salary data, and examples of how your contributions have benefited the company can make your case stronger. This readiness shows that you respect the process and value the time of those involved, which fosters a respectful dialogue. Continual practice boosts confidence levels in verbal expression. Like any other skill, effective communication improves with regular practice. Role-playing scenarios, engaging in public speaking, joining discussion groups, or practicing with friends can help refine your assertiveness. Repeated exposure to speaking situations reduces anxiety and builds familiarity with various communication styles and responses. Over time, this continual practice enables you to respond confidently, even in impromptu situations. It's important to remember that making mistakes during practice is part of the learning process. Each mistake provides an opportunity for growth and improvement. The importance of humility. Humility fosters a deeper connection in conversations and strengthens interpersonal relationships. When we embody humility, we open ourselves up to truly listen and engage with others, which is essential in building meaningful relationships. Active listening involves not only hearing the words being spoken, but also understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. By focusing on what the other person is saying, rather than preparing our response or thinking about our own experiences, we demonstrate respect and empathy. This practice, called active listening, creates an environment where both parties feel valued and understood. Recognizing one's own areas for growth is another vital aspect of humility. Accepting that we do not have all the answers and that there is always room for improvement allows us to approach conversations with a mindset of learning rather than preaching. This attitude encourages openness and vulnerability, which can disarm defenses and foster honest dialogue. Intellectual humility, as researched by Igor Grossman, reminds us that acknowledging our limitations can negate black and white thinking and create space for more nuanced and productive discussions. Valuing others' contributions in a conversation is crucial for elevating the discourse. Humility helps us appreciate diverse perspectives and insights. By genuinely valuing what others bring to the table, we can enrich our understanding and make more informed decisions. For instance, in professional settings, taking into account input from colleagues or subordinates can lead to innovative solutions and better outcomes. Recognizing and validating these contributions not only boosts morale, but also encourages a collaborative atmosphere. In personal relationships, this appreciation fosters mutual respect and makes partners feel seen and heard, leading to stronger bonds. Expressing gratitude is a powerful way to reflect a humble attitude and build rapport. Gratitude shifts our focus from self-centeredness to recognizing and appreciating the efforts and kindness of others. According to research highlighted by Elizabeth Crumry Mancuso, gratitude is linked with increased intellectual humility. By regularly expressing thanks, we nurture positive interactions and create a supportive environment where everyone feels valued. Simple acts of gratitude, such as saying thank you or acknowledging someone's effort, can significantly enhance the quality of our relationships, making people more inclined to engage positively with us. Humility enhances our ability to truly listen and engage with others by encouraging active listening. This means giving our full attention to the speaker, seeking to understand their perspective without judgment, and responding thoughtfully. Active listening is a cornerstone of effective communication and builds trust in relationships. It shows that we care about what the other person has to say and are open to their ideas. This openness can lead to more meaningful exchanges and a deeper connection between individuals. In professional contexts, humility can play a crucial role in leadership. Leaders who practice humility are more approachable and likely to foster an inclusive and collaborative work environment. They recognize the value of their team members' contributions and are willing to give credit where it's due. This approach not only motivates employees, but also cultivates loyalty and respect. Humble leaders are also more adaptable and open to feedback, which can drive continuous improvement and innovation within the organization. In personal relationships, practicing humility can resolve conflicts more effectively. When disagreements arise, a humble approach helps individuals step back and consider the other person's viewpoint. This doesn't mean compromising one's values or opinions, but rather engaging in a respectful dialogue where both parties feel heard. Humility enables us to apologize when we're wrong and forgive others when they falter. This capacity for forgiveness is crucial in maintaining long-lasting and healthy relationships. Recognizing one's own areas for growth demonstrates humility and promotes personal development. Understanding that we are not infallible allows us to embrace constructive criticism and use it to improve. This self-awareness can enhance our interactions with others as we become more empathetic and less likely to impose our viewpoints. Embracing our imperfections makes us more relatable and approachable, fostering genuine connections. Valuing others' contributions can elevate the conversation by incorporating diverse perspectives and ideas. When we show appreciation for what others have to say, we encourage a reciprocal exchange of thoughts and experiences. This mutual respect enriches the dialogue and often leads to more creative and effective problem-solving. Whether in a team meeting or a casual conversation, acknowledging and building on each other's ideas can lead to greater satisfaction and stronger relationships. Expressing gratitude not only reflects a humble attitude, but also strengthens interpersonal bonds by showing appreciation for others. Gratitude can be expressed in various forms, from verbal acknowledgments to written notes or small acts of kindness. These gestures reinforce positive behavior and encourage a culture of mutual respect and cooperation. Practicing gratitude regularly can transform the dynamics of our interactions, making them more positive and fulfilling. In summary, humility is a fundamental quality that enhances our ability to connect deeply with others and fosters strong interpersonal relationships. Through active listening, recognizing our own growth areas, valuing others' contributions, and expressing gratitude, we create a fertile ground for meaningful and respectful communication. These practices not only improve our relationships, but also contribute to our personal and professional growth, making us more effective communicators and empathetic individuals. Balancing confidence and humility in communication is crucial for establishing effective and respectful interactions. Throughout this chapter, we have explored various techniques that help project self-assurance while maintaining respect for others. From assertiveness in expressing views clearly to the use of body language and vocal techniques, each strategy plays a vital role in presenting oneself confidently without appearing arrogant. Preparation and practice further enhance our ability to communicate effectively, enabling us to navigate discussions with ease and poise. Humility complements confidence by fostering deeper connections through active listening and valuing others' contributions. Recognizing our own areas for growth and regularly expressing gratitude can create an environment of mutual respect and understanding. Whether in professional settings or personal relationships, integrating these principles allows us to engage more meaningfully and productively with those around us. By balancing confidence with humility, we not only become better communicators, but also build stronger and more empathetic relationships. Chapter 9. Evolving your communication style. Evolving your communication style is an ongoing journey that can significantly impact both personal and professional aspects of life. The ability to adapt conversational techniques to various situations not only enhances clarity, but also fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with others. As contexts change, the need for flexible and refined communication becomes paramount, ensuring that messages are conveyed effectively and relationships thrive. This chapter provides readers with strategies to continuously assess and improve their communication skills. It delves into methods such as journaling experiences, implementing self-rating systems after conversations, setting clear communication goals, and observing skilled communicators. These tools offer practical ways to reflect on and refine one's conversational habits. By integrating these practices into daily routines, individuals can foster a habit of continuous learning and adaptation. The chapter will also explore the importance of embracing feedback constructively, creating channels for receiving and giving feedback, and managing emotional responses to criticism. This comprehensive approach ensures that individuals remain proactive in evolving their communication style, leading to more effective interactions in both personal and professional settings. Ongoing self-assessment strategies. Engaging in self-reflection and actively assessing communication effectiveness over time is crucial for personal and professional growth. To achieve this, individuals can use various methods that encourage introspection and provide actionable insights into their conversational habits. By adopting practices like journaling experiences, rating conversations, setting personal goals, and observing respected communicators, one can significantly enhance their communication skills. Journaling experiences is a powerful tool for self-reflection. Maintaining a communication journal enables individuals to document their daily interactions, allowing them to analyze their emotional responses and identify recurring patterns. This practice not only highlights areas for improvement, but also supports mental well-being by providing a space to process emotions. For instance, if someone finds themselves frequently feeling frustrated during team meetings, journaling about these experiences can reveal underlying causes, such as miscommunication or unmet expectations. By reflecting on these patterns, individuals can develop strategies to address these issues, leading to more effective and satisfying interactions. Implementing a self-rating system post-conversations can further enhance awareness of one's performance. After each significant interaction, taking a few moments to rate the conversation based on clarity, engagement, and outcomes fosters a proactive mindset towards personal growth. For example, one could rate their ability to articulate ideas clearly on a scale of 1 to 10, assess how engaged they felt during the conversation, and evaluate whether the desired outcome was achieved. This systematic approach encourages continuous improvement by making individuals more attuned to their strengths and weaknesses in communication. Over time, this heightened awareness can lead to more confident and effective conversations. Setting clear and achievable communication goals is another essential strategy for enhancing conversational skills. By establishing specific objectives, such as becoming a better listener or improving public speaking abilities, individuals can track their progress and stay motivated. For example, someone might set a goal to ask open-ended questions during meetings to foster more meaningful discussions. As these goals are achieved, it's important to periodically reassess and adjust them based on current needs and relevance. This ongoing process ensures that individuals are continually challenging themselves and making steady improvements in their communication style. Observing respected communicators and identifying effective techniques can also inspire personal adaptation and versatility. By paying attention to how skilled communicators navigate various situations, individuals can learn valuable lessons and apply them to their interactions. For instance, noticing how a colleague uses positive body language and maintains eye contact during presentations can serve as a model for improving one's nonverbal communication skills. Similarly, observing how leaders manage difficult conversations or mediate conflicts can provide insights into managing interpersonal dynamics more effectively. To make the most of these strategies, it is helpful to integrate them into daily routines. For example, dedicating a few minutes each evening to journal about the day's interactions can become a reflective habit that promotes continuous learning. Setting reminders to rate conversations or review communication goals can keep these practices top of mind and ensure consistent application. Additionally, seeking opportunities to observe and learn from experienced communicators in both professional and social settings can provide ongoing inspiration and practical tips for improvement. Embracing feedback constructively. To guide readers on how to accept and utilize feedback to enhance their communication capabilities, creating a robust feedback loop is paramount. Establishing channels for feedback in both professional and personal contexts fosters an environment of trust and signals a commitment to personal development. This process involves selecting appropriate methods and times for giving and receiving feedback. For instance, in a workplace setting, regular performance reviews or dedicated feedback sessions can be implemented. In personal relationships, open conversations and mutual agreements about the timing and method of providing feedback can be beneficial. By setting up these structured opportunities, individuals create a safe space where honest and constructive criticism can thrive, thereby enhancing communication skills. A practical guideline is to always solicit feedback actively rather than waiting passively. Initiating feedback sessions gives others permission to share their thoughts openly. One might ask a colleague after a meeting, "How do you think I could improve my presentation?" Or inquire of a friend after a conversation, "Did I express my thoughts clearly?" This proactive stance indicates a dedication to self-improvement and makes it easier for others to offer genuine insights that can significantly benefit one's communication style. Regularly implementing these practices leads to continuous growth and refinement of communication skills. Responding to criticism is another essential aspect of utilizing feedback effectively. Constructive criticism should always be seen as a tool for improvement rather than a personal attack. It requires developing resilience and viewing feedback objectively. When feedback reveals blind spots in one's communication style, it offers valuable opportunities for growth. An excellent way to handle criticism is to practice active listening without interrupting or becoming defensive. For example, if a manager points out that your emails lack clarity, instead of feeling offended, you could acknowledge the input by saying, "I appreciate your feedback. Could you please provide specific examples so I can understand better and make improvements?" Positive affirmation of feedback not only helps to absorb the critique, but also encourages a culture of open communication. It's beneficial to paraphrase the criticism received to ensure accurate understanding, and then reflect on how to integrate this feedback constructively. This approach demonstrates maturity and a progressive mindset toward enhancing communication. Separating emotion from evaluation is crucial in managing feedback effectively. Emotional triggers often cloud judgment and lead to negative reactions, which can hinder the reception of valuable insights. Identifying these triggers and learning to manage them is vital. For instance, if feedback about your public speaking triggers anxiety due to past experiences, recognizing this pattern allows you to prepare mentally before receiving such feedback. Taking deep breaths and reminding yourself that the feedback is aimed at improving your skills can mitigate emotional responses. A balanced and rational assessment of feedback involves understanding the underlying message without letting emotions interfere. One technique to achieve this is to take a moment before responding to feedback, allowing for a thoughtful and measured reply. For example, if someone critiques your tone during discussions, instead of reacting emotionally, consider their perspective and analyze whether there have been instances where your tone may have indeed come across as harsh. By practicing mindfulness and emotional regulation, you can foster a more receptive attitude towards feedback, facilitating genuine growth in communication skills. Acting on feedback is the final and most crucial step in the feedback loop. Implementing changes based on the feedback you receive showcases your commitment to improvement. This step is where theoretical learning translates into practical application, creating a cycle of continuous enhancement. Once feedback has been received and understood, devise a concrete plan to address the areas of improvement identified. For instance, if feedback highlights issues with your verbal communication, you might join a public speaking club like Toastmasters to develop these skills. Moreover, sharing your progress with those who provided the feedback reinforces the cycle of continuous improvement. Following up with statements like, "I've been working on making my emails clearer based on your suggestions. Can you let me know if you've noticed any improvements?" demonstrates accountability and openness to ongoing feedback. This sustained openness creates a dynamic of perpetual growth and refinement in communication. In essence, creating a feedback loop, responding positively to criticism, separating emotion from evaluation, and acting on feedback are integral components to evolving communication skills. Each step reinforces the other, creating a holistic approach to mastering effective communication. For young professionals, these practices ensure career advancement through enhanced dialogue. Individuals in personal relationships will find their connections deepened by thoughtful expressions and empathetic listening. Lifelong learners will appreciate the continuous journey of personal development through refined communication techniques. In this chapter, we have explored various strategies to enhance and refine one's conversational skills. Techniques such as journaling interactions, rating conversations, setting communication goals, and observing respected communicators provide practical ways to assess and improve our communication habits. By integrating these practices into daily routines, individuals can achieve continuous growth in both personal and professional settings. Journaling offers a reflective space to identify patterns and emotional responses, while self-rating systems encourage ongoing evaluation of conversational effectiveness. Furthermore, setting clear communication goals ensures that efforts remain focused and measurable. Observing skilled communicators can inspire new ways to handle different situations with ease. The ultimate aim is to adapt and evolve one's communication style to meet changing contexts and improve relationships. Whether for career advancement or personal connections, these strategies pave the way for more confident, effective, and empathetic communication. Through ongoing self-assessment, we not only enhance our abilities, but also contribute to more meaningful and satisfying interactions with others. Conclusion. As you close this chapter, take a moment to think about the progress you've made in your communication skills throughout this book. Picture those moments when you chose your words with grace, or when you listened actively, fostering deeper connections. Each page turned and each principle learned has brought you closer to being the effective communicator you aspire to be. Communication is more than just talking. It's about making meaningful connections, whether at work or in your personal life. For young professionals, mastering respectful dialogue can set you apart, helping you collaborate more effectively with colleagues and make a lasting impression in networking environments. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to showcase your refined communication skills, turning everyday exchanges into powerful tools for career advancement. Individuals looking to deepen personal relationships have also taken significant steps forward. By learning to express yourselves more thoughtfully and to listen with greater empathy, you've started to build stronger, more meaningful bonds. Your conversations now hold the potential to convey understanding and consideration, creating a foundation of trust and mutual respect. For lifelong learners dedicated to personal development, blending classic etiquette with modern psychological principles has offered you a holistic view of effective communication. This journey has been about evolving your style to reflect a more dignified social presence. Each principle covered in this book aims to guide you towards becoming a well-rounded communicator, adaptable to any situation. It's important to remember that mastering communication doesn't end here. Just as a musician hones their craft, you too must commit to continuous self-assessment and improvement. The road ahead will offer countless opportunities for growth. Approach each new interaction with a mindset of learning and adapting, recognizing that every conversation is an opportunity to practice and refine your skills. Imagine walking into your workplace and radiating confidence and approachability. With your refined communication abilities, you can transform interactions with colleagues and clients alike. Whether you're leading a meeting, negotiating a deal, or simply engaging in casual office chatter, the principles you've learned will serve you well. You are now equipped to navigate professional environments with ease and effectiveness, paving the way for career success. In your personal relationships, the impact of your enhanced communication skills will be equally profound. Think about the moments when you've truly connected with someone, feeling understood and appreciated. These are the moments that strengthen bonds and create lasting memories. By continuing to apply what you've learned, you can ensure that your relationships are built on a foundation of trust, empathy, and genuine connection. To all our lifelong learners, this book has provided you with timeless principles that transcend specific contexts. Communication is a universal skill, applicable in every area of life. The techniques and strategies discussed here are not confined to particular scenarios, but can be adapted to suit diverse settings. Whether you're at a formal event, a casual gathering, or a one-on-one conversation, your ability to communicate with dignity and respect will always be valuable. One of the most critical aspects of becoming an effective communicator is fostering meaningful connections. In a world often rushed and impersonal, engaging with others genuinely stands out. Make it your mission to show empathy and respect in every interaction. These qualities not only enhance your conversations, but also enrich your life by deepening relationships and building trust. As you move forward, keep in mind that the journey of communication is ongoing. There will always be new situations to navigate and new skills to master. Embrace these challenges with confidence, knowing that every effort made towards improving your communication brings you closer to your goals. Practice active listening, choose your words carefully, and remain open to feedback. These habits will serve as your guiding principles, helping you evolve continually. In conclusion, consider how far you've come and the progress you've made. Reflect on the moments of growth and the skills you've developed. Embrace the idea of continuous improvement, recognizing that communication is a skill that requires ongoing practice and dedication. Apply the principles learned in this book across various aspects of your life, from professional to personal settings. And above all, prioritize building trusting and empathetic relationships. Your journey as a communicator is never truly complete, but with each step, you become more adept at connecting with others meaningfully. Keep striving to be the best communicator you can be, and watch as your efforts lead to greater success, deeper relationships, and a more fulfilled life.